Hey guys, I decorated Easter eggs for Halloween. These eggs were from Target. For the witch, make a hat. I drew 3 circles for the brim. I also made a semicircle for the cone. I cut out the smallest and biggest circle. Then from the center, I cut slits, stopping at the middle circle. Glue the parts together to form the hat. I cut strips of brown craft paper to use as hair. Glue the hair inside the hat, then glue the hat to the egg. Then added the face. I'm not sure how I didn't burn myself while making this. You should just paint it on, it's safer and faster. For the Frankenstein monster, I cut out a circle and strip for the hair. Cut slits on the strip to create tabs. I cut a zigzag along the edge of the strip. Then assembled it. I glued the hair, eyes, and details. I added bolts to the sides. For the bats, I drew and cut out wings. I folded them to create tabs. I made ears and glued them over the holes at the top of the egg. Then I glued the wings. Then I added the face. For the pumpkin, I rolled a strip of craft paper to use as a stem. For the grass, I cut out a strip. I made slits on one side and a zigzag edge on the other side. I also cut out a circle. Then assembled the grass. I glued the stem to the top of the egg, then added a face. And here's how they turn out.